So, hello there, this is okei here. I'm just challenging Bleichkind to a game of Crazyhouse. This is a round one match in the league. Uh, Earlier today, um, the Crocodile Hunter beat Zarazar 2-0. This game will be 7 plus 7. Okay. Not mixing it up, I guess. I'm just playing what I usually do. So I'm probably just walking to whatever prep he might have come up with, but just trying to trust my greater Crazyhouse experience in, although maybe greater experience means I should have mixed up the openings. So we'll see. Knight takes knight is a very interesting move, by the way, in that position. Knight takes knight, bishop takes f7, king takes f7. The king is very open, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so in this sort of position, do you do this? Ah, yeah, this is hard to say, or do I go with pawn here? So I can either go knight f6. The problem is a quick d4 takes and d5 is often very, very good for white. So I'm going to do this first. But if he's prepared, then okay. So if I take the knight, he takes with the bishop. I guess that's his plan. Okay, so I have a bishop in hand. I could just go bishop e6. It seems fine. Bishop e6 does run into pawn here. Bishop e7 is also fine, just a nice developing move. He has knight h5 if I do bishop e7. Bishop here, takes. Okay, so the question is, where do I want to put my bishop? I think bishop e7, knight h5, castles. Bishop e7. Oh, this allows the knight to... So I'm not entirely sure about that. But actually, by taking here, he's opened up my bishop. So I'm not streaming this match, but I am recording it. This is so if I don't have the pressure of trying to examine chat or such like. Okay. He's offering me a trade of knights, which is actually quite appealing. Knight takes knight. Okay, now I've got a bishop in hand. I can do something with this bishop, but he's always got rook takes pawn. So I could just go bishop e6. That would be a sort of sensible thing to do. What else could I do? Bishop e6 feels right. And the idea is of bishop f6 next, potentially. I've got an eye out, but basically this move and this move are very likely, but I think it was the right approach. So I see watching a Guga, the finisher, Zarazar, PKR, Marlon, Cat Poacher, Chabba Chab, lots of people watching. Okay, so he goes d4, very good move, developing move. If I go bishop f6, where's the rook heading? Knight takes pawn, takes the rook, bishop here. I think that chases his rook back. Is there anything more decisive? So I've only got one knight in hand. I like bishop f6. The thing is, how's time? 5 minutes. Bishop f6 is fine. The problem is there's still this knight. Rook here is probably a little bit out of place. I just realized, yeah, that was fine. Queen takes pawn, bishop takes rook, yeah. Okay, knight here. Is there anything to that? No, not really. Knight here just takes. Probably just castles, but knight here is kind of annoying. He's got two knights in hand, so I shouldn't. I should take it seriously, as it were. How come I've only got one knight in hand? Because I've used. Okay, what about bishop takes pawn? Bishop takes pawn, and pawn here. It's quite aggressive. And unfortunately his queen gets a very aggressive spot, so that doesn't quite work at all. I am very keen on trading pawns, but that just doesn't work. So, and castles he has got h6, slightly annoying. So what to do? Maybe h5. I think that's interesting. Yes, h5, that feels good. Just to stop knight h5. And the threat is h4, h3. So with the pawn and lots of knights in hand, what's he going to do? He's going to try and hit the bishop. This is interesting because takes, queen takes pawn is the sort of thing he might be aiming for. Suppose I block here. Takes. I win a knight. I win a second knight. Suppose I just target this pawn. So the issue. What if I just target? It seems too slow. Knight f5. Knight takes bishop. Bishop takes. So maybe he's just going for pawn g6. Something very casual in that sense. 3 minutes to go. Okay, I need to step on my game. The problem with this is this pawn actually hangs. Queen takes. Just castles seems risky. What about knight here? Just g6 is a slight issue. What about bishop here to try and undermine this? I get a second knight. Knights are good. Knight takes bishop. Bishop takes. He could go pawn. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna. Why am I thinking? Should I get my king out of the way? King. Castles. 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 Castles seems okay. Just castles. Castle seems okay because the threat is pushing again. Yeah. And I completely missed that. Yep. Okay, so okay, what am I doing? I'm just running low on time. I don't want to run low on time. I'm gonna go here. Okay, 2 minutes to go. Gosh, this is not good. He's just got too much material. Simply knight takes, queen takes, bishop here. He's got too much in hand, and I haven't done anything. I just didn't notice this pawn was hanging after castles. I'm not sure what I should have done. I felt quite happy, but I just didn't see how to continue. And now, knight takes bishop, pawn takes? Seems crazy. Bishop takes pawn, rook takes pawn, that's no good. Bishop here, he just blocks with the pawn. Bishop here, takes. Yeah, it seems to be forced. Really, yeah, he's got quite a good position. Okay, so he's inviting all kinds of inviting discoveries of some kind. I guess his thought is this. Okay, so his thought is queen takes bishop after any discovery. So like knight here, discovery just takes the bishop. Knight here. Okay, so knight here takes the bishop, takes the queen. Yeah, that's a problem. And then knight at f3 is also a problem. I'm kind of short of ideas. Knight takes pawn, doesn't... Okay, what about knight here? Knight here cuts off the attack on the bishop, so it's a good double threat. Okay, let's do that. So if queen takes bishop, I got queen takes at least. If knight here check, could take it, could do all kinds of things. I could go knight here, I could go knight takes pawn, but then he's winning my bishop. I don't see... Okay, maybe if I do this and he's taking my knight, it's kind of awkward. So maybe if I go knight here, but then he's taking my... Okay, it's got to do this to try and keep some semblance of normality. This is my strength, I guess, this diagonal. And time is just, this is real problem. Okay, so I take this one. I can never go knight takes, that's the problem though. If I go pawn takes, he's got knight here check, it's annoying. I have to go here because the knight is pinned. He's probably going to slow play it, just like play some knight pawn here maybe. It's really awkward. I've only got 2 pawns in hand. Not enough time. If I have time, I go pawn at g7 myself. Yeah, I knew he'd slow play it. And I think the idea is this, queen takes knight, bishop takes rook here is mate. Very nice. So can't do that. So I've got to do this. This is too difficult, this position. Pawn takes rook. Probably just have to go queen takes. Yeah, very uncomfortable. Bishop here threatens mate, so I just have to take it. And I have 2 pawns and a bishop. What am I supposed to do with 2 pawns and a bishop? Okay, so instead he does it this way. Gives me a queen. I'll take the queen. And throws in a check, so he's threatening rook here mate, so I have to step up. I have to take. Now I have a knight and a queen. This is forced, and he mates me. Okay, so game 1 goes to Bleichkind. Game 2. I don't know if I walked into his prep or what, but he played very well. Yeah, I'm going to have to be stronger in this league. Okay, I'm going to go here. Okay, he blocks off his bishop, which is not so good. So maybe gives me a slight edge. Where do I want to develop my knight to? Probably to here. Just trying to control this square. Knight takes knight. Probably okay. Okay, so if I chase him away, and I'm prepared to sack if necessary. Prepared to bring my rook to e1, just solid stuff. Okay, with 2 knights in hand, what should I do here? He wants knight takes bishop, pawn takes. It's reasonable. I want to do something. Just do this. But I am allowing this move, unfortunately. So maybe I should have been more savvy. Maybe I should have been more savvy about this. Okay, so if I go knight here, yeah, knight takes bishop's a problem. So knight takes bishop is a problem. Knight takes bishop is a problem. Need to be smart here. Maybe back off. I'm actually allowing this. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? I just... Okay. Bishop takes pawn, knight takes bishop. Bishop takes pawn, knight takes bishop. Yeah, I think that's what I do. Okay, just chase him out. I'm just keeping an eye on g2. Now I've got 3 knights in hand, and I want knight to h5, so he's going to try and stop that for sure. So I have to probably go knight f4 first. Okay. At some point I need this. It does give him an entry, but it's worth it. Backs off, reasonable, and go here. And now what's the plan? Okay, he does this. Interesting. If I do this, I could always take the bishop. That's one possibility. I could always go knight takes bishop and then f4. That's another idea. I could also go h4 directly, and if takes this way. So I think I'll do that. Feels correct. So I've got a knight and a bishop in hand. So if I go simply bishop here, that feels good. Feels quite good, going bishop there. But why not bishop here? That's the other idea. Bishop here. So just blocks that off and then put a pawn here next. Get a pawn on h6 next. Oh, he wants knight takes g3. Interesting. Interestingly, if he moves his queen here or here, there's knight here with consequences. And if he does this, okay, so against that I can just go queen f2 or go for the kill. So if I take the queen and he takes my queen, but queen f2 seems fine though, so I'm going to go queen f2. Yeah, I don't need to make it complicated because his queen doesn't really have a good square. Knight here is coming. So this game is all about, yeah, I mean I might have less pieces than my opponent, but I'm trying to keep them all around my king. So it's all about that. It's all about the king. Should I open up the H file? Yeah, why not? So now he has a bishop, which is interesting, but it's covered. Okay, so I could win that bishop if I want to, and I think I will. And I think I'll go bishop here next, or bishop here. But the knight's still defending. So bishop here, He wants bishop takes knight there, but the rook also is defending. So bishop here seems fine. Or should I go bishop here? Bishop here or bishop here? I think I'll go with bishop here. So bishop takes pawn, knight takes. Again, he's attacking my queen. Interesting. But I can, yeah, this bishop is also providing coverage against some other threat, smothered mate ideas. There's also queen here. Queen here, knight takes queen. Queen here, knight takes queen. Yeah, that doesn't really work. Queen here looks so fascinating. Queen here, knight takes queen. Bishop takes pawn. Yeah, it's sort of really fascinating move. Uh, so there's no way of going knight here, is there? Knight here, queen there takes. It doesn't quite work. Okay. Pity, pity. And when I go queen here, just knight takes pawn. I think I've just got to keep going with this. Bishop takes pawn. Knight takes pawn. It's going to come back. Just comes back. Okay, so if I go here, just trying to deflect it. It's not so easy because knight takes queen is a mate threat. Knight takes queen is a mate threat here. Knight takes queen is a mate threat, and I don't need. So if I go knight here, knight takes queen, just take back. What's he got? I think I'm okay. He's only got bishops and stuff. Knight takes queen, just rook takes. And now this is a mate threat with knight out. So I wonder if you'll see that. This is the most critical position of the game. Here goes. If knight takes knight, I'm deflecting his knight away from g7. So if this, I have an immediate mate. Queen here check, rook takes, knight at, bishop takes, knight takes, smothered mate. So he has to defend this square, but any defense of this square, e.g. with the bishop, is met with a second attack on here. So you can't take back. And if you defend here, then I can mate even with the pawn. Takes, king here, knight at, checkmate. So I think this is the critical position of the game. Who's in chat? Andrejil, so Obi, the finisher, Zarazar, PKR, the Crocodile Hunter, Nihongo-san, Euphori, I remember Euphori from ages ago, Rek, Marlon, C, Master Bob, Cat Poacher, and Chabu Chab. So many familiar faces in the chat. So it looks like we're going to be, well, cross fingers, looks like it's going to be at least 1-1 from this match. And earlier today, Crocodile Hunter very nicely managed to swindle game 2 and take game 1 comfortably. So he managed to win his match 2-love. So cross his fingers, this one's in the bag. Let's just keep our focus and see it through. It's all about just building the pawn chain into the opponent position. So although I'm actually 2 minor pieces down, my pieces were much more active. Okay, so we're going to deliver the mate. Rook takes is forced. Mates with a knight, yay! So, 1 game all, good games. And enjoy the rest of the Crazyhouse League. That was round 1 from me. Goodbye.